Nor can we let the government of America off, because the government of the United States of America has proved to be the worst enemy of black people. So now when it comes time for justice, this is not spoken out of hatred or out of bitterness, but reparations have to be given to black people, even as Jews received reparations from the onslaught of Nazi Germany. And now the Japanese are going to receive reparations for what America did by putting them in concentration camps. What's wrong with the children of slaves? We are here poor, ragged, hungry, naked, and out of doors. Reparations is what we want, and everyone that had a part in our destruction will have a part in paying reparations. I'll be right back.
do, people? What it do? It's your boy Chaos. You already know these grown men talking. You already know on this Wednesday night, broadcasting live and direct in the great city of Hollandale, Mississippi. Yep. We're looking at, we got a little visitor in our studios. A ladybug. All these damn ladybugs flying around. But I guess that's a sign of good luck, as they say. So, you know, that is. But tonight's topic, as y'all can see on the ticker down there, as I may say, the ending of hip hop. The ending of hip hop culture. Well, as y'all may know, we done took one more whammy bammy, a loss, you know what I'm saying, the rapper Takeoff from the group Mingos passed the day for yesterday at the age of 28. And I guess it was in Houston, Texas. According to sources, he was at a party or something. After it was a party, and there was supposed to be gambling or whatever the case may be, and a fellow member was losing his money, and they got into an altercation that led into a big argument, then gunplay, and then somebody ended up dead. Boy, I tell you, I'm gonna tell y'all, really, I feel really bad knowing that these young folks are dropping like flies around here in society when it comes down to hip hop music, because, you know, this is something nobody could get used to. If you say you can get used to this, you're crazy, because it's nothing to get used to. You know, I mean, because like when I was coming up, this was unheard of. You know, when I was listening to hip hop music, I started listening to hip hop music at the age of 7 years old. 1983, I remember like it was yesterday. South Central Los Angeles. You know, back in them days, hip hop was just really getting its feet wet. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't nobody signing hip hop in them days. You know what I'm saying? You still had the big wig, you know, artists and pop culture and stuff like that back in those days, like Michael Jackson, Prince, you know, Boy George, Luther Vandross, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Then they're on, you know, Whitney Houston and stuff. So they wasn't really looking for the hip hop community because they really didn't know about hip hop. You know, they've heard sources, you know, like back in the 70s where, you know, young men and women in the streets of New York, the Bronx, where the hip hop mecca, you know what I'm saying? They will pop lock and break dancing and things like that. But, you know, big industry heads wasn't interested in stuff like that back then. But later on down the line, 20, 30 years later, they seen that kids of all cultures, black, brown, yellow, red, and white people, were loving rap music. So they came in basically gangster the culture. But the reason why they gangstered the culture because hip hop at that particular time had messages and, you know, basically talked about political situations, telling young kids to stay in school, to do right by themselves, by their parents, by their family members, not to kill each other, not to do drugs, yada yada yada. Well, the powers that be that basically run these corporations and the banking system, as well as private prisons, decided to change the game in 1991. because the music became more, the hip hop culture became so popular to where the big wigs kids were listening to it and enjoying it, and they didn't like that. So, in order to destroy and dismantle something that you don't like, you gotta trap it up. It's just like when you do with animals. What you do is you set up a trap to catch the prey that you're trying to dismantle. They set a big trap in hip hop, in our hip hop community, by basically taking rappers like KRS One, uh, Kumo D, Poor Righteous Teachers, X Clan, Def Jeff, Brand Nubian, Tricore Quest, De La Soul, and basically kicking them to the curb and saying that this music was conscious rap. This music made you think. This music made you understand the do's and don'ts of wills and wants in society. Private prison owners caught on to that, and they all got together at this meeting in '91, according to anonymous, anonymous sources. And oh damn, I'm up here looking at the camera. Y'all gotta understand, I got a new camera, so y'all can see my face good better. You know what I'm saying? My brother, Dark Prince in the house. I gotta get him in here. Bro, you in here? What's happening?
Shalom, bro. Shalom.
What's up, cuz? Oh, I
Shalom,
see
bro. Shalom, family
yeah,
out there.
cuz up in here too. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go.
But I was still rebuttering on the 1991 situation because we're talking about the ending of hip hop culture. Because as we already know, and the whole world knows that the young brother Takeoff has lost his life, and he's like another member. There's been members back to back to back since 2022 first came in here, and a lot of these hip hop artists I've never heard of before in my life. So it's like it's becoming the new normal to hear a young rapper, young black artist getting up out of here. But it's not the new normal. It's basically an agenda. It's basically a distraction. It's basically a way to get us off the planet, get our youngins off the planet. Because it ain't so much that I don't want to go over my head right now because I want to get into that reaction on my brother, Twan and my sis reaction on the video. Stop blaming the white man, but we'll get to that in a minute. But bro, how do you feel about the situation with the young brother that lost his life in Houston on Halloween?
Do y'all want the political answer, or do you want to know how I really feel about it?
Hey, bring it all. Bring everything.
We do know that this Halloween time frame, as far as these Satanists on the planet around the globe, do sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about it was, they said that the brother died at 2:30 a.m. That's 30 minutes before the witching hour of witch at 3 a.m. But a preparatory time is needed to do your thing. Now, I got a chance to do a little bit more as far as getting into, the video. And one of the females that was actually there at the time frame, she was she's standing right beside the brother. And he had nothing to do with the dice game from what she was saying. And the other brother that's rapping, won't say his name, say he's the one that was arguing with this other group that he's supposed to be, close with. Y'all know who that is if you follow that. And somebody from his side of the spot started shooting. And from what the girl said, The brother got hit because she saw his body drop immediately when the dude started. So that's basically, you know what I'm saying, that feel from the inside. But from a spiritual standpoint, and a lot of people going. And the thing about it, say, you know what I'm saying, it's come to the point where we say that it's normal. Dying young is normal. I'll let y'all think about that. Let me get lit back up. In 2020, we lost over 200 some rappers. And since then, they've been dropping like flies, like my brother. This is spiritual battle. Let me ask y'all, when y'all be watching the BET show and all the videos they be putting out, what does the background have to do with whatever they saying as far as lyrics, if you can call them lyrics?
Okay, I'm back, bro.
I was just entertaining the fact that question.
Yeah, I heard you. I'm looking at you on my phone, so I see you were still doing your things, which I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I forgot to change my server back over because I got it on my Wi-Fi in the house. I wanted to have it on my phone Wi-Fi. So yeah. No, bro, no, don't get her twisted. Cause you fell off for a reason. No, they ain't messing with the server, fam. That was my bad. It wasn't nobody. They didn't do it. They didn't do nothing. Don't get Brother Dark Prince started because he loved messing with the ABC folks, with the alphabet people.
ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. What's that about, dog? What you laughing at about that, dog? What's going on with that, man?
Man, we're not gonna give them folks the benefit of the doubt. They already mad with us as it is, and they got our own people mad at us right now. So
tell me why they mad, son. Tell me why they mad, son.
You know why they mad? They're mad because people are starting to wake up to the bullshit. You know, I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know, we can't be sleeping heads no more. You know what I'm saying? Everything is out here basically showing its naked ass now. You know what I'm saying? But people want to be sleep. You know, they chose to be sleep because they're afraid. Okay, they're afraid that, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna lose something they never had in the first damn place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but back to what we were saying about the hip hop, you know, the ending of hip hop. The hip hop, the meeting of 1991 up for a reason, because they literally have the story of the 1991 meeting on Google. I Googled it today. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
But people ain't reading it though. And I will show you. 1990. It's called 1991 meeting. The secret that changed hip hop.org. So all you can do is read it and weep. And I'm gonna pull it up as we speak. Check this out.
Yeah, pull it up, baby.
There it is. The secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation.
Generation, they should say.
The secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation. Hip hop is dead. The unsigned letter below was originally posted on a blog, Hip Hop is Red, and was written by a self-proclaimed decision maker working for an equally anonymous major record label. But I've already mentioned that the person that basically put this out was a anonymous person, a Caucasian guy, whoever he was Caucasian. He didn't say who his name was. This was what he supposed to have wrote. Well, I ain't gonna say supposed to have wrote that. What he wrote it. He says, "Hello. After more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music and I can't get the word out of my mouth.
Biggest point ultimately
American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making the story public, as I was reluctant and peculate and the individual who were present that day. So I've been simply decided to leave out names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being of that of those who were like me, dragged into something that wasn't ready for. Between the late 80s and the early 90s, I was a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. I came from Europe in the early 80s, and I quickly established myself in the business. The industry was different back then, since technology and media weren't accessible to people like they are today. The industry has more control over the public and has the means to influence them any way it wants. This may explain why in the early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of music business insiders to discuss rap music new direction. Little did I know that we were asked to participate in one of the most unethical, and destructive business practice I've ever seen. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember 25 to 30 people being there, most of them familiar faces. Speaking of those, I knew we joked about the theme of the meeting, as many of us did not care for rap music.
Hold on, dog. Do they hear that part? Many of us did not care for rap music. What that tell you already? Go ahead, read. Like we're at church. Go ahead, read.
Failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private gathering to discuss its future. Among attendees was a small group of unfamiliar faces themselves, and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be in our industry. Our casual chat was interrupted when we were asked to sign a confidentiality agreement, preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during this meeting. Needless to say, can I go back and read it again?
Yeah.
Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be in our industry.
Hold on. I'm glad you said that. I mean, not to cut you off, but I'm glad you said it. Those are the people that set it into play. Them the one that was sitting back, okay, now tell them this is what it is. Them was the ones. Them was the ones right there. That was the council right there. That was, as they would say, presiding over everything. And they say, yeah, go ahead, read. And they say back in church, go ahead, read.
Our casual chat was interrupted when we were asked to sign a confidentiality agreement preventing us to publicly discuss the information presented during this meeting. Needless to say, the intrigued, whatever the fuck, in some cases disturb us or some shit. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get this. These words is fucking with me. But anyway, the agreement was only a page long, but very clear on the matter, and the consequences, which stated that violating these terms would result in job termination. Hear it again, y'all. Read the week. Meaning that if you motherfuckers get out here and decide that you want to open up the dossier on what we're saying we're about to prepare ourselves to do, we are going to have your ass fired. You're not going to be able to do shit in society. Basically. Because this is going to be an explosion that they're basically going to light up in our communities as far as this hip-hop music. Now, where I'm at. Let's see, where I was at termination. Okay. We asked several people what this meeting was about and the reason for such secrecy, but couldn't find anyone who had answers for us. A few people refused to sign and walk out. No one stopped them. I was tempted to follow. The courtesy got the best of me. The curiosity. Okay, whatever. I can't read. Anyway, a man who was a part of the unfamiliar group collected the agreement from us. Quickly after the meeting began, one of my industry colleagues who shall remain nameless, like everyone else, thanked us for attending. He then gave the floor to a man who only introduced himself by the first name and gave no further details about his personal background. I think he was the owner of the resident, but it was never confirmed.
They had somebody's spot. Okay, go ahead, read.
He briefly praised all of us for the success we had achieved in our industry and congratulated us for being selected as part of the small group of decision makers. At this point, I began to feel slightly uncomfortable at the strangeness of this gathering. Why is he feeling uncomfortable, Brother Dark Prince?
Because he already know this is up to no good. This is going to go against the moral code of everything as a human being. He's making the hair on his head stand up and on the back of his neck start shit. That's what he's feeling.
Hell, I'm feeling uncomfortable just by reading this bullshit.
It's demonic, man. It's demonic.
Because even though, shout out to Crazy Bone of Bone Thugs and Harmony, he have this same documentation he read on his podcast back here a few years ago. But Lord behold, they basically felt like black people were starting to be more empowering than ever before with this music. And it wasn't good, because when you become more conscious minded of your surroundings in Western society, it's going to be hard as hell to basically control your minds and feelings and emotions, because you start to realize time and time again throughout your life that something just ain't right, like Keith Sweat said. And one thing about it, you got to remember, if you were born as a baby boomer and Generation X child, you should already know how things were before 1991, hip-hop wise. Because Yeah, true enough. Most people would say, yeah, y'all had 2 Live Crew and y'all had NWA. That was just a snip of what was about to go down in history. Because true enough, when NWA first came out, you know, Eazy-E was the first artist to come out, you know what I'm saying? And he was rapping about what was going on in the neighborhood, which was just, you know, it was some truth to it. But he wasn't promoting drugs and violence or anything. He was just saying what was really going on in society. Even when NWA was basically putting out songs. They had a song called Fuck the Police. And they wasn't saying fuck the police because it sounded good and it was funny. They were saying fuck the police because it was a lot of police brutality being portrayed in South Central Los Angeles that never got news worthy because we didn't have social media and we didn't have the internet and none of that type of stuff in the 80s. Just like the man said, we didn't have those type of media outlets to where it can get out to the whole world to see what was going on like it is now. See, every fucking body got a cell phone with a camera, so everybody's being filmed on a daily basis. That's our new daily life. But back then, it didn't exist. So they already had their agenda in place. Because see, the thing was, even though they had NWA and all that stuff back then, it wasn't even as bad as, not even nowhere close to where it is today. That was just a little snip. You know, because they wasn't saying gangster rap was going around killing black folks, you know, the Bloods and Crips and all that stuff back in the day. They wasn't saying that. They were just saying niggas were just doing that because of blue and red. Using the wrong neighborhood, you got your ass whooped or got killed or something. They wasn't saying the music had nothing to do with it. Now think about it. 1991 passed by. Everything changed. You start getting in the Chronic by Dr. Dre, which was under the label of Death Row Records. Death Row Records is under the tutelage of Interscope. Interscope is under the tutelage of Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is a little hat company. I'm not going to call their names out. They know who they are, like the rest of them. And they run TV shows, movies, good and bad. One thing that most people don't know about the change of hip hop was that it was an agenda that they were trying to push because black people, like I said, were starting to become more conscious than ever. Because see, if you notice, back in the days, we had a lot of talk shows where people were coming on television expressing their feelings about America's way of life.
Dean Summit.
Yeah, because back then you had the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He came on the Donahue show 3 or 4 times. You had Sister Shawazar Ali talking about women's values and why women should basically cater to her black man, which you don't have a woman that speaks out like that anymore, and there's a reason. And we'll get to that. Well, matter of fact, we can get to that right now. See, Shawazar Ali, y'all can look her up. She had a book, something I can't think of it. I would pull a little audio video of her, but she basically was on the Phil Donahue show back in '89 and '90, and she basically had a book that she wrote about how black women think, literally, and how black women has been controlled and has been brainwashed, yada yada yada. This woman basically then got talked about, dissed, and everything about different black women that she had to endure with on these different talk shows back in the day because they thought she was losing her mind talking against black women when she was a black woman herself. But what it was, she was basically revealing secrets that most black women don't want to talk about, just like white supremacy. White supremacy don't want to reveal its way of life towards what they think about us. Because if we was to ever knew this meeting in 1991, we would lose our motherfucking mind. We would take more control of our kids' thinking process than how we think, how we look at them now. Because like I said, I mean, no disrespect to my brother Antoine, if you out there listening, brother, no disrespect, and to my sister Angie, for make a lockdown, much love and respect. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go to their channel, they do reactions of different rap videos and songs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that video that I seen today, I had to disagree on. And it was saying the song was called Stop Blaming the White Man by Naka. And the song basically was specifying that we need to stop blaming him because we're working at his jobs. We are driving, we're buying his clothes, we're spending his money, and this, that, and another. But, this is my thing with all that. I get all of that. But at the same time, you got to think about the historical matter on why are we doing what we're doing. That's what we don't talk about. We basically tiptoe around that because we didn't just wake up and just decide to say, you know what, we just gonna go at each other's neck. Because one thing about I know that most black people do not do, and that is do a historical research on why we're in the condition that we're in. We start right at the damn surface of the earth. We got to go down in the grassroots. The reason why we need to go down in grassroots is because we need to see how this shit growed out the ground and up to the surface and out. One thing about when you kill weeds or any kind of Johnson grass, anything that's basically in your garden, you going down in the grass root and pull that root up so that way it won't grow no more. We're not doing that. We're just going to the surface of history. Our historical matter is probably at 2000. Anything back in the 20th century, we didn't forgot. Because if we knew any better, chances are we'll do a whole lot better instead of assuming that it's just us. We don't know how we put ourselves in those type of conditions. And so we have to hold Whitey accountable. You think they crucifying Kanye West because he's crazy? That man is not crazy. If he was crazy, he wouldn't have those business deals. But what it was, they didn't think that Kanye was going to say anything and start revealing the secrets that most of us seem to not know or seem to not understand or not even paying attention to. So, I mean, like I say, I get all the little shit about Kanye had the White Lives Matter t-shirt. But you got to ask yourself a question. Do you really think he meant what he was wearing when he was wearing that t-shirt? Maybe he was doing that to get our attention and to get their attention as well, to see how they react when Kanye is basically on their side and playing like he's not on yours. Then he turns around and go on Drink Champs and start revealing every damn thing about the industry partaking. Then you see what happened, didn't you? Oh, the corporation. Oh, we ain't messing with corporate. We ain't messing with Kanye no more. We gonna pull all this product. Blah, 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 blah. We ain't gonna have no dealings with no more. But you never asked the question, why? Right. Well, most of us, he's crazy. He ain't got no sense. Something wrong with him. Yeah. Okay. Whatever you want to believe. But I guarantee you, them Caucasian people don't think he's crazy. They just basically trying to pull him out the way because he's revealing something that they don't want you to know. The same way about this goddamn 1991 meeting of hip-hop that basically then turned the beat around for these young folks that's rapping today and getting them up off the goddamn planet. Now think about that. These are the same people. The same people. It ain't about me being racist or Dark Prince being racist. It's factual information. It's right there in your damn face. They gotta be. If something ain't right, okay. For example, if you take your child over to these people to a business executive house and say, "Watch my son. I'm finna go and have a good time with a friend of mine." You're gonna expect them to hold your child down at every cost. You're gonna make sure that you're gonna be sure that they don't hurt your child, that they're gonna see that your child get fed and be comfortable while you out, having a good time. That's how we supposed to be with our kids out here rapping this hip hop music. But we didn't think nothing of that. We just let them sign a contract. They didn't know what the hell they was signing. Because 9 times out of 10, they know that most of these young hip hop artists cannot read. But see, this is how they do you. Look at this. This is 5 million stacks right here. This right here is the contract. You looking at this? You looking at this? You looking at this right here more than you looking at this right here. The first thing that comes to your mind when I sign this, I'm going to get that. You just sign it away. You're not reading anything. You're not even getting the idea of what you're signing for. All you doing is they say sign right here, sign right where the X at. Sign right there, sign right there, sign right there. And you're doing it. And then they say, okay, Mr. Such and Such, or Mr. Such and Such, welcome to the such and such family. Here's your $5 million. Go buy your bouncing car and some chains and some clothes and some shoes and just live it up. Go to your neighborhood and tell them that you are a success. But here's the other side. What kind of music you finna write? Well, no, don't worry about it. We'll write for you. All you gotta do is just recite it over a funky beat that we gonna have somebody that's in the studio that can make some damn good beats. Boom. One thing about they have masterminded the beat ceremony. They know that the music that we listen to have high frequency. It fucks with your mind because you beat the ass. You bouncing your head. Yeah. But at the same time, you bringing in, I got a 40 clip, I got a 100 round clip. I'm ready to shoot the nigga around the corner. You getting high. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna fuck them niggas up all day long. I want to blow them motherfucking head off. So just think about it. It's a spell that's going through your mind to do something to your fellow brother. And see, Kanye West revealed that on Drink Champs. And when he revealed that, the powers that be, that runs everything, the little hats, got pissed with him. They didn't get pissed with him because he was crazy. Nah, not at all. They got pissed with him because you revealed a secret that they don't want out. The meeting is right here on that damn letter right there. That's what he was revealing. That letter that I just got to read. See, it ain't about blaming the white man. No. I ain't got to. I mean, it's just like when some people would talk about the Bible. Talk about I'm a Christian. See, it's easy to be a Christian and not show yourself approved. Study to show yourself approved. So it's easy to cherry pick certain things that make it sound good to you. Because I've had a run-in with somebody that was clearly endeared to my heart. And she hurted my feelings today by agreeing on some sucker shit. But I'm not gonna call her names. She know who the fuck she is. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because I already know. Because one thing about me, I have been revealed many times over on how our people will basically side with the devil before they side with God.
Hmm.
They won't even reveal that. They will say, "Oh no, I'm Jesus Christ is my personal Lord and Savior," but you don't even know who Jesus is. You only know what somebody told you. You should know about Jesus. And most Christian people are some of the evilest people on this planet. But guess what? The KKK was the evilest was the first terrorist on this planet, and they the one put you as a Christian. When they say Jesus saves at a Klan rally, you saying Jesus saved at your church. Did I make that up? No. It's been documented. Because everything is documented throughout history. But guess what we do? We turn our backs to it. We ain't trying to hear nothing. It don't even matter. So what? Fuck it. Who cares? That's a long time ago. You start talking like them. All I can say to my beautiful black people, we better wake up and fast because the time on the clock is ticking fast than the motherfucker. For real. And one thing about me, yeah, true enough. Yeah, I work for the white man. I drive truck. I own my truck and I'm pulling for a white company. But at the same time, I'm doing my job. I'm not disrespecting them. And they sure the hell ain't disrespecting me. When it gets to the point where motherfuckers start disrespecting me, I take issues with it and I do something about it. And if they got a problem with it and they want to fire me or whatever the case may be, at least I know why they really feel. They let me know how they really feel. Then I'll take actions with it. I ain't gonna sit up there and start singing "We Shall Overcome," no justice, no peace, and all this other shit. Hands up, no shoot. No, I don't get down like that. Player. I don't have to. It's all about being an MAN, a man. And I'm a man. I'm an alpha. I'm not a beta. I ain't gonna never be a beta. Because a beta is just what it is. I ain't no beta. So I know how to I know how to shuffle my cards on the goddamn crap on the goddamn playing table. Please believe it. So don't get it twisted. But anyway, I've been running my mouth. Bruh, what you got to say? Don't get speechless on me now. Don't get speechless on me now. I know it's hard. But hey, that's like your pocket boy, like Pac and my man said, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. But you know what? To be honest with you, bro, did you listen to the whole video? Stop blaming the white man.
No, see, I was at work when I got it.
Okay.
So when I got into it, I saw family doing their thing. So it's like, okay, let's listen to what's going on with it. So I got a chance to listen to the first intro of it. Stopped it and went into comment. But basically, you know what I'm saying, from what I picked up from the song, as I mentioned with you earlier, was that I think that, you know what I'm saying, the singer is looking at it from a perspective, and, you know what I'm saying, there's opportunity out there, so you should go after and go get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with that. But I also don't think that he's aware that there's a racial economic barrier that keeps us all in check. And let me explain it.
Please explain it, please. I don't think they heard you. I don't think you hear you.
But like I say, it's all about respect. But I'm gonna expound on the unseen hand that most of us don't see. If it was really about, you know what I'm saying, us being free, and they was really after, you know what I'm saying, our better environment. Okay, most folks say they really don't care, it's about you getting yours. But we all know it takes a village to raise things. A few of us do get to the point where we wake up and say we're gonna push and make it. But the thing about it is we all know so that when we up there shining, then we have other people that comes around like, well, I need you. And we like, well, how come you can't push? Well, that's the thing about it. We're not in a unity. Everybody's supposed to be moving as unit. So my thing is, I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, we do that, you know what I'm saying, at all. But, you know, some of us are doing it. Shout out to us that are doing it. But it's not all of us. The majority of us, you know what I'm saying, are suffering. Look how many of our, you know what I'm saying, come home from prison, but now they got an F report card. They can't get on no way. And so now what else you going to do as a man out there trying to survive? Survival will put you in a mind frame where I got to do what I got to do, you know what I'm saying, just to survive. And that happens because that's the thing about it. It's a psychological thing. You're going to put somebody's back up against the wall. But you have a system say you need to, you know what I'm saying, obey the rules. Okay, well, you try to obey the rules, get a job, you know what I'm saying. 9 to 5 is not going to cut it, you know what I'm saying, for a man that's been spending 20, 30 years in prison. He needs a factory job. At least someday he can actually, you know what I'm saying, put some bread away, you know what I'm saying, and start bills. But being at a Mickey D's 9 to 5 with high schools, we're getting their first started out job, he's not going to get their hours, they're going to get them. And then the time frame when the summer surge comes in, when the kids come in, you know what I'm saying, before, because they want to make money for school, he's going to get pushed out. And the most time job he will probably have is, you know what I'm saying, back there, you know what I'm saying, mopping up and stuff like that. That's going to probably run him about $9 or $8 an hour. That ain't going to cut it. Not in today's, you know what I'm saying, climate, you know what I'm saying, market. Y'all know what it is out there. But here's the thing about it is, that's the thing about it. That's one of the tactics that's being used to keep us down. Because think about it, we're not financially, all of us not financially sound enough, you know what I'm saying, to go across town to the Krogers where they shop at. Because they got the real fresh produce sitting out.
Right.
They got the, you know what I'm saying, they got the real market, you know what I'm saying, farmers market, you know what I'm saying, vegetables sitting out. When you go in the store is definitely clean because you need to have a sanitary spot for where you got food at.
Yeah.
If you go to your store and it smells like there's blood in there, it's decay in there, it's because there's bacteria setting up. That's biological and chemistry. So now you understand why there might be also why you get the Pig 5 now. Because their meat is not as healthy as, you know what I'm saying, it was, because it's not as fresh.
Right.
So that's one of the things as far as the food part of things.
Well,
now, my last point is, you know what I'm saying, I want to bring up the media. If it was about trying to make sure that we stay, you know what I'm saying, on point and doing things, we would still have stuff like education and television going. School of Roxy on Saturday still going. The electric company going. Free still going. After school specials coming home and those type of things that was help building us as, you know what I'm saying, being intellectual thinkers for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That's critical thinking. That's what they've taken away from everybody, the critical thinking, to question things. Give me a sound understanding why you doing what you're doing. They're saying, now don't worry about that now. So we're going to drill music into your head. This is what you're going to do. And I'm going to yield back.
Appreciate that, bro. But now, I want to show that video since you didn't see it. I want to play that video. Hold on a second. And let you just listen to it and you just tell me what you think. Because it's crazy, but I understand because, like I say, these things will basically give you the concepts of a lack of knowledge, because people need to understand the realities of where we at in this society. But check this out.
I'm not blaming the white man. I'm not blaming the white man. No.
You hate white people, but you work for a white man. Get yourself a check and go spend it on white brands. The truth already been. We bend it in ourselves. White people held us back. Now we hindering ourselves. Worry about who clothes better. We ignorant ourselves. Can't keep blaming white people. We do it to ourselves. Complain about our problems. We can fix that shit ourselves. 40 acres in a mule. We can get that shit ourselves. White people ain't the enemy. Let's take accountability. Shot the same op 3 times. Call it a trilogy. Niggas out here beefing with niggas they went to school with. How you exchange bullets with people you was cool with? Op shoot a black man. We running through his projects. Cop shoot a black man. All we do is protest. You be up in every club. Spending money balling. I be on my couch. Reading James Baldwin. Truth is niggas too lazy to go and do shit. Landlord looking for money, not your excuses. Couple black people that I fuck with from a distance. We hate the government, but get government assistance. You ain't doing what you did in the past, then why tell us? And I ain't blaming no white man for my failures. And I don't blame the judge for the time I did. To be honest, I should've never did the crime I did. That's real.
I should've never did the crimes that I did. Running on the streets. I had to get this money for the babies to feed, so don't judge me. I know I made mistakes in the past, but today I'm on my best behavior. I make my own decisions, I'm not blaming the white man. No.
Knock ain't stupid, he aware of the scrutiny. Jews is minorities too, but they got unity. I won't say the Holocaust equate to slavery. How they bounce back as a culture, that shit amazes me. Every other race, they look at us like we foolish. Black people are in debt, yet we the biggest consumers. OJ said he ain't black, that shit was comical. Tell how the police treat us is diabolical. We still are underdogs, shit isn't fair. When something don't sit well with you, switch up the chair. I'm in love with every race, I'm just giving you factors. We hate when they call us niggas, but we calling them crackers. Got the heart of a black man, mind of an Asian. Take excuses from a person, they gon' rise to occasion. You ain't educated, keep your mouth closed, nigga. And don't blame the white man, blame your household, nigga. We still living in the projects and paying rent for apartments. Own nothing but a rollie, yet we feel accomplished. We get a couple dollars and we think that we did it. Our priorities compromised and we hate to admit it. Mentality of a slave, you right where we started. Can't even exercise, they'll kill you for jogging. They told me self-educate, what the fuck was I to do? Our parents ain't know no better, what the fuck is our excuse? Another man choose your fate, that's what you telling me now? I know it's hard, but you can get a job with felonies now. The world will never hold hands, it was meant to be evil. We yearn for equal rights, but it'll never be equal. Someone gotta pray for us, we getting shot like it's legal. The human race, the only race, let's do right by our people. Let's stop the complaining, it's really irking my nerves. If you keep applying pressure, you get what you deserve. See, humans become racist by the way they grew up. And Zimmerman's still alive, yet we think that we tough. Yeah, I'm melanin, baby, but it's irrelevant, baby. We yell, fuck the police, and they tell us we crazy. Fuck conspiracy theorists, I hate what you promote. Ironically, I was asleep when y'all was screaming, y'all woke. I told them to focus up, they think it's a joke. My foot on you niggas' necks, get your knee out my throat. I'm gone.
I should've never did the crimes that I did. Running on the streets. I had to get this money for the babies to feed, so don't judge me. And I know I made mistakes in the past, but today I'm on my best behavior. I make my own decisions, I'm not blaming the white man. No.
Okay. We back. Okay, bro. Go on and say what you gotta say. You're looking kind of dried up behind that. What's going on? Tell me something.
Well, I don't know who the dude that was singing the hook though, but like I say, he don't look like
what did he look like? What did he look like?
I don't know, but he ain't one of ours. So, I mean, I say I'm nitpicking on anything. Right? I'm just saying this thoughts I had going on. You know, and like I don't think he know what. I'd like to have a conversation with that fella, the one that was on the hook. But with the brother, you know what I'm saying? I would just ask him, you know what I'm saying? I understand what he's saying. Like I say, I go back to my original thing when I say respect on how you see things. But I would ask him, I'm saying, them jobs that you mentioned in your bar, about, you know what I'm saying, fellas can get jobs now. My thing, I be questioning, you know what I'm saying, what's that salary that you talk about that getting a job? So like I said, I'm going back to, it ain't gonna be enough to survive, especially after doing 20 and 25 years. You're gonna need something to get you going right then. Not enough, you know what I'm saying, to spend burgers on stuff, but that's gonna frustrate a grown man. Not being able to do nothing, you know what I'm saying, know what I need to do, and I'm not getting what I need right now because this is small state. So when you apply for the big thing, you know what I'm saying, that's when they're gonna start pulling up stuff. Well, yeah, your background check came back.
Bruh.
That's the part. The thing about it is, you know what I'm saying, I don't think the brother, you know what I'm saying, they'll have to understand that part, you know what I'm saying. We all face that coming out. We all face that coming out. Now, you may, like I say, some of us in my early, you know what I'm saying, response to it. Some of us, you know what I'm saying, how to break through and get, you know what I'm saying, to what we want. But that's not all of us. So, I mean, like I say, you know what I'm saying, we be upset with each other, you know what I'm saying, like, well, you don't need this, but the situation, you know what I'm saying, as far as lack of finance, lack of education, lack of a conducive environment growing up just to say I can be somebody. Those factors was non-relevant coming up. Now, I'm going to add this. Some of us understand this, you know what I'm saying? Pressure does two things. You either burst pipe or create diamonds. Diamonds are hard to make, so those of us that's shining right now, that's what it is. They're not plentiful like that. But it's all about perspective. You know what I'm saying? But we all growing. Now I'm going to yield back.
Gotcha, bro. Gotcha. See, here's my take. I get the video too. I understand where the brother's coming from. But as I said earlier, we have to go to grassroots of the problem on why it's okay to blame the white man. Because it was him who basically runs corporations, runs businesses, runs the prison industry, runs the music industry, runs the entertainment industry, runs the sports industry, runs everything, make laws, create laws, yada, yada, yada. What you just said is a proven fact of what I'm saying. See, everybody is not as fortunate as everybody to do certain things in society. So even when you read the Willie Lynch letter basically describes letting certain black people have certain things. Give one side more than the other side. So a lot of times, even in society, most black people don't feel like they can do certain things because of how they have been portrayed not to do certain things by certain people. Then you got some people on the other side. Got a phone call, but you got other people on another side that are more fortunate, that can do pretty much whatever as long as they stay in alignment with the system, with the powers that be, the machine. And this is not what's being talked about, because as my brother, the late Dick Gregory said, you don't fuck with power. See, it's easy to talk about the racist white man with no teeth hollering white power out of a raggedy pickup truck going up and down the highway with his Confederate flag all over the place or whatever. But it's hard as hell to talk about the one that's running corporations and basically is in control of the currency in America and in the world, basically parts of the world anyway. See, that's who we don't fuck with. And see, Kanye West made that been revealed on Drink Champs. And it was the truth, because If it wasn't, they wouldn't have canceled him. They wouldn't blackball him. He basically said something that most people in the industry are afraid to talk about and say, because these people don't care about you. And a lot of times we find ourselves loving these characters because of what they do, singing and dancing and acting and telling jokes and playing ball or whatever the case may be. But a lot of times you don't understand that these people are doing their job. That's all they're doing. Behind the cameras, they're probably some of the most unhappy people on the face of the earth. But they're smiling for you. They're keeping happy for their fans. But in reality, they're some sad motherfuckers. Because they know they're not being done right. A lot of times they're not being paid right. They basically just had to go along with the flow, or else. And this is what Kanye was all. That's all Kanye was talking about. And see, the young brother that died from the rap group Migos, he, I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing stories that he sold his soul. A lot of them guys, a lot of these rappers in the industry, they sell their soul and things of that nature. And they get themselves caught up. And that's the reason why I basically brought up the industry, brought up the industry's meeting back in 1991 to give you an understanding on the fact of the death of Takeoff. It basically was a creativity thing way back in the days that became according to plan. And we see, I mean, like I say, we seeing rappers drop dead left and right. It's because literally they're trying to destroy hip hop. Hip hop is, you might well say, it's gone, it's dead, it's done. And I want you to hear this young man who's a friend of, Mingos, and he was a real close friend to Takeoff. His name is I think they said his name is Designer. He was pretty emotional, and this is his video right here.
Designer reacts to the passing of Migos member Takeoff.
I'm done rap. Yo, you hear me? It's done. This version of me is done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Y'all take off, bro. It's done. Y'all wanted it, it's over. 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 Y'all...
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Well, that was a young man, Designer, and his emotions of losing a good friend. But, it's time for us to realize who is
the enemy and who is the friend. And one thing about it, we can sit up here all day long and continue to point the finger at each other. Hey, that helps them out just fine. But the thing is, the way this situation is set up is basically war declared on our young people, as well as us as black people. And the black man in particular. Because I had a post today where this young woman basically pointed out that black men are the big killers of black women, supposedly. Matter of fact, let's see if I can find that video. I thought I put it in my server, but I didn't. So I'm going to pull it up. But this is crazy. Yeah, let me find it. Let me pull it up. This is it's got to be the biggest joke ever to me, anyway. Did you know 95% of black women deaths are by black men, and 70% of deaths in America are black women, are black men? This heifer got this off of a BET group page. I got into a little debate with her, which basically pissed her off because I told her, do she know who BET is owned by? They will put out stats like that to keep black women thinking the worst of black men. Because that's not even nowhere close to being true. But I get it. Because the divide and conquer ceremony is in full effect as far as black men and black women are concerned. And I can see it. That's the reason why you young folks are out of control, because we ain't got our shit together. We're too busy pointing the finger at each other. I don't know. Really don't. I know, but I'm not going to even go into details on that. This right here is going to probably have to be for another show in the future, because what time is it? 8:44. I don't know if my brother Prince gonna come back on, but I'm gonna go ahead and probably give myself another 15 more minutes. And for the first time again, I'm gonna go and take me a little break and probably just wait on him to come back. It ain't gonna be too much a long break, probably about 5 minutes, and then I'll be back on. So y'all hold up for a minute. I'm gonna take me a little brizzake. I'll be right back.
outlives us a lot of times. And on your particular vehicle, your Project Friday, we lost a lot of black men in that, and women as well, with health. I guess, yeah, how do we talk about the people that we lost? None of them were killed by like bullets, I don't think, or...
Food is the number one killer. Food is the number one killer. And I'll go so far as to say, the doctors keep killing motherfuckers. The third leading cause of death is medical malpractice, is misdiagnosis of medicine. That is the third leading cause of death. And you get on this medicine to mask all these symptoms created by what you're putting in your body. And we're allowed to eat a lot of things that I was saying is banned in other countries. They're living longer in other countries because their governments are afraid of them. We're afraid of our government. So we accept garbage on the shelves. You go into the average American grocery store, nothing on the shelf is edible. Nothing should be consumed on any of it. Processed foods, and a lot of vegans are going to get in trouble because they're going from meat to this processed meat, and it's going to cause a lot of problems eventually, and it's going to come back on the vegan community as if, listen, your body is delicate. You are a delicate, beautiful machine. And when you overwork your insides, you become sick. We are really frutivores. I go 1 week out of the month, I eat only fruit, raw fruit. I'll eat an entire watermelon. Oranges, mangoes, grapes, melon. And I clean my system out, and my energy shoots through the roof. People say, oh, we got fangs. That's been dispelled. The hippopotamus has the biggest fangs in the world, and they're herbivores. Well, my muscles, I need my protein. Where does the cow get his protein? Where does the horse get his protein? Where does the gorilla get his protein? Gorillas eat berries and twigs. And the gorilla could come through here and rip this whole place up. We have been indoctrinated in the church. And we have been led to believe that all we have to do is pray over our food and it ain't going to hurt us. That is 75% of the case. Oh, I just pray over my food. I'm good. I'm going to have my meat. Well, in actuality, you're not meant to eat meat. And particularly melanated people are not meant to eat acidic foods.
So, I want y'all to know this. One of the things that I have realized ever since I'm about to give y'all a whole list of what's happening to people. And I want y'all to know the biggest lies we was ever told was that we was all one. We are not all one. I want y'all to know, by me being a spiritual teacher or a spiritual leader, I come across people all the time that tell me they can't sun gaze or they can't get sun. I come across people all the time that can't sunbathe. They tell me all the stuff that I be saying that works for me don't work for them. And then it be having me thinking like, damn, how is that possible? And as I start getting further and further into my spiritual journey, I understand and understand we are all not one. Everybody has came here for a different purpose, and it is some people that's organic to the planet, and it is some people that's non-organic to the planet. And some of the people that's non-organic to the planet, they may be trying to grow spiritually. They may be affected by shit. They got generational curses. Their DNA is fucked up by their ancestors. The stuff that their ancestors put them through, the stuff, they not connected with nature. They have no connection with the planet. And it's not even their fault, and they don't even know. Because they never took the time out to learn not only their history, but my history as well, and where I came from. You would have known if you went and did research on all of the history. You would have known everything. Research, knowledge. If you lack knowledge, you would die in this age. This is the end, y'all. If you have no knowledge, you would die. Most of these bots is just out here worshiping us. These fucking bots, fuck them. They're gonna die. They don't, bro, it's a split. It's a complete split on the planet. Nature is taking back over. Don't matter what they try to connect nature with. Oh, it's a food shortage because of the war. No, it's nature. I'm about to give y'all a list of some things that I have came across in people. It's like a pattern. I've talked to about 15 people one-on-one in the past 2-3 days. This is a pattern of stuff that they have been saying is happening to them. I put everything in one on the list. I want y'all to know, ever since I had a spiritual awakening, the sun has changed me. I have more knowledge now. I barely have to read. All I got to do is sit in the sun. I got downloads. I got new information. I know stuff that I never knew before. I got deep dreams and meditation. I'm seeing 2 suns. I can sun gaze anytime I want to, anytime during the day. I'm well connected with the nature. I'm well connected with the sun. I'm connected with the animals, everything. I have a serious connection with this planet. And I still feel like I'm not even from here. I want y'all to know this. Number one, a lot of people told me their plants are dying off. I've been talking about people planting their food and they telling me their plants are dying off. It's a cleansing process taking place. It's going to always be new nature, a birth of a new earth. It's a cleansing process taking place. A lot of grass in nature is dying regularly. It's a pole shift. Next thing you know, it's going to be way more colder in areas that it's never been cold at before. This is going to happen. It's a pole shift happening. It's so much stuff happening with the sun that's changing this planet. It's like Earth being fucked.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother Spiritual Zone out of Phoenix, Arizona. I haven't seen him in a minute, post no videos on YouTube. But y'all check his videos out on YouTube, Spiritual Zone. He's a cool young man. He be talking about some real shit. A lot of shit that he talk about, some might like it, some might not like it. But one thing for sure, you're going to think about some stuff that's going to hit you. Because one thing about your subconscious, it records automatically. And it's going to be set into your mind till shit happens. And you're like, damn, dude, sure said that. So, I mean, that's how it goes a lot of times. But, you know, one thing about it, the way I see life nowadays, you know, with us as Black people, we tend to lose the whole concept of what God gave us. That's common sense. We don't take nothing serious no more. We don't even know how to be on a real perspective of life anymore. You know, we basically sit up here and let people dictate to how we live our lives. And it makes us look real bad in a lot of ways. Because, you know, I hated that I heard about this young man losing his life. You know, because, you know, I was just thinking about this dude back here. Or not just him particularly. I was thinking about the group Mingos, because I know I haven't heard none of their music lately, because I used to hear their stuff on the radio. You know, I've had got a couple of songs that I played in my mixtapes back here. Oh, yeah, I know you all covered all that means. Time is winding down, but give myself how many more time? I was going to give about 6 more minutes to go ahead and end this podcast. But anyway, I was just thinking about these guys, you know what I'm saying, a couple of days ago. And then to hear this pop off, it's like, damn. And just think about it. This man was born in 1994. I was just turning 18. I was just becoming a little adult back then. And this young man, and that wasn't very long ago. He was 28. Life gone down the drain just that quick. I'll tell you. The only thing I can say with all of this, you know, may the Most High be pleased with his family, friends, his fans. You know what I'm saying? God rest his soul. And I'm sorry that he basically, like many others, young new generation rappers have lost their lives. But we need to start humbling ourselves to teach our youngins true history of America and let them know that they're going in the wrong direction as far as this hip hop, trip hop, trap, drill music bullshit. Because it's basically it's a waste of space. It's designed to destroy, seek, destroy, kill, and lock up these young men. Well, that's going to end my talks tonight. Shout out to everybody that was watching tonight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Dark Prince. You know what I'm saying? I know he's not coming back on because he's probably on the call or whatever. He got something going on. But, you know, it's always good to get his intellectual well-being of mindset, you know, and knowledge and stuff like that. It brings a great deal to this podcast, and me and him both are in it together with this podcast. But anyway, shout out to you guys. Much love and respect to you guys and everything. Y'all be safe. It's just our opinion podcast. Might do one this weekend. I don't know. Our opinions, but just stay tuned. Anyway, it's your boy Chaos. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, Chaotic DJ. Not Chaotic DJ. I'm tired. DJ Chaos, the Mix Master on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And if you got any kind of promotional situations, paraphernalia, anything, little business, small business, you know, where you selling stuff or, you know, want to, you know, send videos or music or whatever the case may be, you send it to my Gmail account at chaoticdjsmusic@gmail.com. And if you got a Twitch TV account, you can watch this at the, you know, live at DJ Chaos Music Lover _46 Twitch TV at twitchtv.com. Now, let me proceed to get my anus off of here. So, y'all be safe, be easy, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. I'm still looking at my screen over here, but my camera's over there. So, it's kind of cockeyed. But anyway, y'all have a good night, boy. Your boy, DJ Chaos, a.k.a. Chaos Theory, a.k.a. Chaos. Signing out.